What's up guys, the Red Cloak here, and today is what if Deku had a copy quirk, and this is the finale of the series. Season 5 is coming out, so when Season 5 comes out and actually finishes, I will go over this series again, just so I can get through Season 5, and we wait for Season 6, or I can just get into the manga if you guys want. Anyways, let's hit the intro.
Yeah, hold up, what the fuck? Hey, bass in the trunk, yeah, shorty wanna fuck, but I'm busy getting bucks. If you know my fucking name, you know my music bumps. If you hate my fucking shit, you a motherfucking chump. Hey, ooh, yeah, damn, Billy stay high like a kite. Yeah, bitch, I blew up overnight. Yeah, you know the world around town. Hey, my diamonds bright like I light. Yeah, my music different, I'm right. Hey, my music different, I'm right. Yeah, who the fuck else sounds like this? Hey, my music different, I'm right. I don't give up.
Last part, we went over all of Season 2, we went over the UA Sports Festival first, but a noticeable change, Todoroki actually losing to Deku because Deku has a copy quirk. He isn't really destroying his whole body, but Deku actually loses to Bakugo because again, he's actually randomizing his quirks as his copy quirk. The quirks he got was Jiro's earphone quirk and Sero's tape quirk. And y'all know how trash that Sero tape quirk is, bro. It really is garbage.
Do me a favor, shut the fuck up.
Enough of my Sero slander, well, daily Sero slander. He's a cool character, but still, terrible quirk. Anyways, we went over Season 2 as well. The Stain arc, everything mostly played out the same. Deku just doesn't really, get himself injured that much. Deku has, again, a copy quirk. He got Aizawa's quirk. Another quirk I don't really know. I probably have to look it up. It's probably going to be on the screen right now. For the Bakugo and Deku portion, and versus All Might, basically, I do think Bakugo kind of is pissed that Deku got a terrible quirk in their matchup in the UA Sports Festival, but he ain't going to be, being pouty over, oh, you have a superior quirk to mine, so I'm going to get pissed, and, I don't really need your quirk. But anyways, all of that out of the way, I have a recap for you guys. If you guys want to rewatch the videos, they're in the playlist down below, or in the playlist on my channel. Y'all can just go check. So let's start with the actual series finale. For the Forest arc, I think most of it goes as normal. Well, the beginning goes as normal. Deku still tries to befriend Koda, and basically villains attack. But Deku in this is trying to master having 3 quirks open at the same time without tiring out, and not only having that 5-minute countdown. Deku is able to kind of get it, but still his time gets shortened in half to 15 minutes. Deku goes up against Muscular. He actually gets Ida's burst quirk and Tetsu's, metal quirk, where he does, he can strengthen himself. And now that Deku has the speed advantage against Muscular, he can just grab Koda and dip out of there. He doesn't need to fight Muscular to the death and basically break his body, even though he could possibly do that with Tetsu's quirk, but it's not guaranteed, so we only got 15 minutes. Deku would then grab Koda and just blitz in between, Muscular's legs and just dip to the forest, where he finds Shoji and Tokoyami. Tokoyami is actually still going berserk as in canon, because, Shoji got his limb cut off, and, Tokoyami went berserk. One of the bad things is that Deku does not know the League of Villains are after Bakugo, so he can't really warn anyone yet. He doesn't know what their true motives is since he didn't fight Muscular. But now that Deku has Ida's burst quirk, he's able to at least run to Bakugo and Shoto for some light. But Bakugo again just tells him wait, because Tokoyami's about to take down the shark tooth hero, whatever you guys want to call him. I don't remember his name, he's irrelevant. But all I know is that Tokoyami defeated him. Bakugo and Shoto would do their thing and revert Tokoyami back to his base form. Tokoyami would thank them and thank Shoji and Deku. They would actually just team up trying to get their ass out of the forest, because again, the villains are trying to kill them, but they don't know that they need Bakugo. Or they have Bakugo in between them, but they're just doing whatever just to keep them safe, or just to keep everyone safe. So basically, they're just walking in a certain order, which is not Bakugo in between them. Fine and dandy until Mr. Compress actually captures Tokoyami and Bakugo. Deku actually sees actually getting enraged, actually blitzes towards Mr. Compress, kicking him in the face and actually dropping him down from the tree. Mr. Compress doesn't drop the marbles, he actually tosses them to Dabi. Dabi will then grab them and just say, you're gonna need to be faster than that. Deku would then see Dabi actually shoot out a blue flame. Deku can barely have time to dodge, so he gets hit in the leg, which actually destroys the thruster that's in his leg or in the calf, just like Ida, y'all know what I mean. Deku, Shoto, and Shoji would come up with the same plan. They get launched in the air, they grab Mr. Compress, and then it starts an actual fight. Bakugo would still be captured by Mr. Compress, and so would Tokoyami, while Shoto and Deku are trying to fight off Dabi, trying to get the marbles back, and while Shoji's just trying to fight off Mr. Compress as well. Bad for Deku because the engine on his leg is actually, destroyed, so we can't really run as fast. So he's just keeping up with Shoto. He can't really do any long distance attacks just like Shoto, so he's just going in and meleeing with Tetsu's quirk. He's going through the blue flames, trying to basically just beat down on Dabi. He would then unleash a big Phoenix burn on all of them, hitting both Shoto and Deku, the point where Deku's metal quirk actually does get hit, actually gets damaged. Dabi then tells Kurogiri, we're getting out of here. I don't want to continue this, because if he continues, he's going to either damage himself with his flames or get killed by these students. Ayama tries to shoot a laser at Dabi, but Kurogiri just warps in front of him and just warps the laser away, and Dabi's about to basically flame the whole force, but Deku rushes in, using his own body and sacrifices himself for Ayama's sake. He's not dead, just completely injured. Now Tokoyami and Bakugo have been captured by the League of Villains. Deku is completely distraught. Well, he's basically burned right now, so he can't really feel anything but burns on his body. Back into the League of Villains base, Shigaraki's questioning what is this bird guy doing here, aka Tokoyami, because he was basically on their list to either kill or capture, but Mr. Compressor actually does something to convince him to let Tokoyami attempt to join. The Tokoyami was able to take down somebody who was on death row's door, and basically with ease, while Bakugo and Shoto, the strongest in Class 1A, struggled. Shigaraki actually allows this and just says he can attempt to join, but if he's not promising, then he's just gonna kill him. Then Shigaraki's just trying to convince Bakugo and Tokoyami to convert to evil. Again, Tokoyami and Bakugo are gonna be a tough nut to crack, because they are not gonna basically convert to evil that easily. But both Bakugo and Tokoyami just says, we're not converting to evil, we want to win and be heroes. And Tokoyami just tells him that he wants to win and be a hero just like Hawks, and Bakugo is basically just saying, I want to win and be like All Might. And with that out of the way, back to the hospital, Deku is completely burned. I think it's not as worse as what he got in the original, because he got his arms broken. I still think Kirishima goes up with a plan trying to save those two, mostly Tokoyami and Bakugo, because again, they're still UA classmates. I'm pretty sure most people love Tokoyami in the class, will like him. They kind of like Bakugo, probably only Kirishima. Again, Bakugo's still a classmate in Class 1A, so they're gonna go save him along with Tokoyami. Shoji would go along with all of them. He just feels like it's his fault that Tokoyami even went berserk and got scouted by the League of Villains and got kidnapped. But with that out of the way, everything just plays out as normal. It's just that when they get there, instead of basically just grabbing Bakugo, they grab Tokoyami. Shoji grabs Tokoyami's hand, and Kirishima still grabs Bakugo's hand. All Might versus All for One. I think everything goes the same, including the end of season 1. I do think Bakugo still doesn't get his license. Tokoyami does get his license, but again, he feels guilt because he feels like if he was strong enough, he wouldn't get captured. Tokoyami, I feel like, would actually talk to Hawks about this first, and Hawks would then comfort him and just say, dude, it's not your fault that All Might basically had to retire. All Might's retirement was going to come soon, anytime. And then Tokoyami would go to the rest of Class 1A, just apologize for him being so weak, and Tokoyami promises that he will get stronger, which actually gives Tokoyami a power boost, because he has actually a goal in mind, to stop the League of Villains and get his revenge. I do still think Tokoyami would actually get his license, so it's all cool right now, but Bakugo doesn't get his. Bakugo still fights Deku, kind of, but there's no secret to be kept, because Deku doesn't really have a secret besides knowing All Might and just training with him a bit. Mirio would still fight the rest of Class 1A, but Deku already knows about Mirio a lot since he has Permeation and One for All now, the next successor to All Might. I think Mirio would still, kind of slap everyone in Class 1A. Deku's able to copy his Permeation quirk, but he's able to use it right away. Might after the bout, I could tell Deku how strong is Mirio, and Deku would just say, very powerful. He's just very powerful. Now going into season 4, Deku would still try to internship with Sir Night-Eye, and Sir Night-Eye doesn't really hate Deku because he's not the one with One for All. He kind of just has a copy quirk and can kind of use it when it's basically, mixed in like a dice. Sir Night-Eye would still do that stamp thing, basically just test out Deku, but Sir Night-Eye would actually still stamp it because he doesn't really hate Deku. He's gonna try to pry Deku to basically just give up One for All and give it to Mirio, because Mirio already has it in this timeline. When Deku and Mirio go out on patrol, Eri still comes, and Deku is still being persistent that they try to save Eri, but again, Mirio decides to hesitate and just say, no, just let her continue going back to Overhaul, because right now we can't really lose our guard right now. Deku just yells at Mirio saying, bro, we could have just saved her. Mirio just cancels out and just says, dude, it's good. We're gonna one day save her, don't worry. Then Deku actually brings something up saying, how are you gonna be the next successor to All Might when you just keep on hesitating? That hesitation is gonna kill you one day. Mirio actually hears this, is actually kind of agreeing. He feels like if he keeps on hesitating, he's going to mess up. As a successor of All Might, he can't hesitate. Now for the Overhaul arc, or Chisaki Raid arc, whatever you guys want to call it, everything goes the same once they fight Overhaul. Mirio is about to lose his quirk until Deku goes in the way and basically stops him with Tetsu's quirk. Deku having Ida's burst quirk, Tetsu's metal quirk, and One for All, for reasons you guys understand pretty soon, is going to be a great matchup. One for All Mirio and One for All Deku and Tetsu and Ida's burst quirk versus Overhaul. Now, I do still think we get that Area moment with Area holding on to both Mirio and Deku to basically rewind their quirks. So Mirio's using 100% one for all, and Deku's using the full capabilities of the 3 quirks that he has. And this is just a complete stomp. Overhaul gets stomped by these two, 100% Deku with one for all with Tetsu's quirk, and Ida's burst quirk, and 100% one for all Mirio, which is a complete stomp in my book. Overhaul, in my opinion, got stomped by, 100% Deku by himself. Imagine 100% Deku and Mirio together. Yeah, he's getting completely mollywopped. Overhaul basically gets injured, he gets captured, everything goes the same. Overhaul gets his legs taken away and his quirk. I think in season 4 actually does play out the same. I think that the Gentle Criminal fight would actually go kind of differently, because depending on the quirk, we'll just say he gets Ida's burst quirk again and Shoto Todoroki's half hot, half ice quirk, which again was pretty cool. So he should be able to beat Gentle Criminal by just flaming him or icing him up or speed blitzing him. So yeah, that is the end of this What If. I hope you guys did enjoy the series. I really did myself. If you guys want a movie, make sure to hit that like button for 200 likes. And now it's been the Red Cloak. I'm gonna head up out here. Peace out and have a great day.